Now, we've got 5. We've got words of affirmation, acts of service, physical touch, quality time, and receiving gifts. And overall, these are kind of the 5 love languages that we all fit into. You could probably use some other language for it, but these are the 5 that we fit into. Now, some people like one more than another. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I'd score it for myself so that you can score it for yourself, and then you can score it for your partners. So what's more important to me and what's more important to you? What's more important, words of affirmation or acts of service? Well, for me, it's words of affirmation, so I'm going to put a tick in there. Now I ask, what's more important, words of affirmation or physical touch? Holding hands, being hugged, all the way through to deep intimacy. What's more important to me, words of affirmation or physical touch? Now, because there's no judgment in this, there is no right or wrong, it just is the way that it is. So for me, if I don't have words of affirmation, physical touch, lovely, I like it, but I'd much prefer to have the words of affirmation first. Words of affirmation or quality time. Now, this is a difficult one for me because I absolutely love quality time. So I'd actually probably have to say on this one, quality time is more important to me even than the words of affirmation. Words of affirmation or receiving gifts. I've never been big on gifts because that's not how I was shown love. Now, if I was shown love in a way where gifts equaled love, that's how somebody showed that they loved me, I might very well think that this is more important. But for me, it's still words of affirmation. Now we go through it again. Acts of service or physical touch. Once again, for me, it would be physical touch. That's my second in line. Acts of service or quality time. Well, it would be quality time. Acts of service or receiving gifts. Even in this section, it still wouldn't be the gifts, it would be acts of service. Then we go down to physical touch. Physical touch or quality time. I think probably for me, quality time. Physical touch or receiving gifts, it would be physical touch. And then we're down to quality time or this one. Can you see how we're scoring this so that we use all of the whole of the grid? Quality time or receiving gifts, it would be quality time. Now, because I've got 2 that are exactly the same, which might happen to you, words of affirmation and quality time, I now have to ask myself, oh no, I don't, actually, quality time's got 4. So how it turns out for me then is that my number 1 is quality time. My number 2 is words of affirmation. My number 3 is physical touch. My number 4 is acts of service. And my number 5 is receiving gifts. I'll go back to what I was saying. If I had got 2 the same, or maybe even 3 the same, then just do the same thing again. What's more important, words of affirmation or quality time? And then you'll come up with your answer.